Brought to you by Jack Daniels. Good God! How much Jack did you put in there?
Ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl 47 is finally here. Finally. We have gone through an entire football season right now. We're ready to crown a champion on February 3rd in New Orleans. What Bob and myself, what we're going to do here is we're going to give you a little 6-part series on what we feel are some of the key breakdowns for each team. We're going to give you our analysis. We're going to give you our breakdown. We're going to give you what team has the advantage in that area, and that's going to culminate with our eventual Super Bowl prediction show. First off, we're going to start off here with defense. Defense. It's a big theme for both teams. Both teams have a foundation with defense.
Yeah.
San Francisco. Bob, what strikes you? What stands out to you with San Francisco?
The first thing that I think of is probably one of the first things that everybody thinks of when they think of the San Francisco defense, and that's Patrick Willis and his supporting cast in the core of that defense. Mm-hmm. The linebacker play that they get, both in run stopping and dropping back into pass coverage, is outstanding.
Oh yeah.
Their ability to put pressure on opposing quarterbacks and have solid coverage from the D-backs is something that is a big reason why they will be playing one more game in the NFL, unlike 30 other teams. As you brought up before, this is a defense and a team that has really done an amazing job of taking on the personality of their head coach, playing aggressive, not shying away from situations, getting their head down in as legal a way as possible, and just getting rough out there.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you there, Bob. I mean, 4th in overall yards against the pass, 4th in overall yards against the run. So they're a very consistent football team, very, very good at making plays on defense. Obviously, Aldon Smith, 20 sacks this past year, has been able to get Justin Smith back in there, going with him. Obviously, Justin Smith, great player, torn tricep, is able to play now, is really good in run support. And the way that they play, fast and physical, like you said, downhill, ready to go. Navarro Bowman leads the league in tackles, or leads the team in tackles, 149 tackles. They play really well, and it's not just there. Their secondary is really good as well. Obviously, you're looking at Deshaun Goldson leads them in interceptions with 3 on the year, and they're also really good with Whitner, and then also their cornerbacks. Rodgers and Terrell Brown, and even Chris Culver has come on now as a good nickel cornerback for them. So they're playing really good as far as that against the run and the pass.
Yes.
And that's really what I'm looking for them to really turn it up and play some good football in Super Bowl 47. Baltimore, though, what are they going to do?
Baltimore, well, hopefully they're going to do a little bit better than they've been doing. Mm-hmm. They were able to get after New England last weekend, which was impressive and a hard task for anyone. But when you look at the stats going through the entire season, 17th in pass defense. Now, a caveat to that, they were 2nd in passing touchdowns allowed.
Okay.
So a little bit of a bend, not break mentality there from the pass defense. The rush defense, 20th in the league, giving up over 122 yards a game. Going up against this running type team in San Francisco, that's not good.
No,
it's not a good sign.
No, and that could spell doom there for that Baltimore defense. Obviously, started off pretty darn good with Ray Lewis in there. When he went out, that's when that whole defense went into flux, especially against the run. They were not able to stop anyone. And obviously, I mean, looking at the way that San Francisco wants to play football, they want to run the ball, they want to control the clock. I mean, did anybody really stop Frank Gore this year when it comes to the way that you're looking at football?
One team was able to contain Frank Gore, to keep him at 2.5 yards a carry on over 20 carries.
Wow.
And that was the St. Louis Rams in San Francisco's overtime loss to St. Louis. I started looking into how they were able to do that, the St. Louis Rams, to Frank Gore, and it really came down to one player, and that's James Laurinaitis. Mm-hmm. The way he was able to get off of his blocks and the way that he was able to consistently make plays in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage, and was really the key factor in containing Frank Gore. Start looking at Baltimore's defense, the personnel that they have available to them at their disposal. They don't have a James Laurinaitis. James Laurinaitis had over 140 tackles this year.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Ravens don't have a single defensive player with triple-digit tackles, and their leading tackler is a safety.
Yeah, Bernard Pollard. It's good to have a safety that can come up and play against the run. Obviously, Baltimore has two of them, in Ed Reed and Pollard. But yeah, you don't want your safeties leading your team in tackles. That's not a good sign. You want your linebacker play to get to that level. Obviously, Ray Lewis could be that guy. So old though. He's older. This is his last game, and you don't want to rely on him to have to really go up against a younger-legged guy like Frank Gore in order to make plays like that. What I think the best route that they're going to use Ray Lewis is in those exotic blitzes that you've become accustomed to seeing in Baltimore.
Okay.
Obviously, you had Rex Ryan there before he went to New York. He followed the same game plan there. Exotic blitzes. Where are people coming from? I think a good way to get Ray Lewis going in this game is to send him. Just say, sick the quarterback, go get him, and really, really make the San Francisco offensive line make the reads. Know what they're doing. Know where the Mike linebacker is, which more often than not is Ray Lewis. I really like that. Obviously, Paul Kruger is their best pass rusher on the defensive line, but it is not a defensive line that is dominant against the run. They are able to get pushed around a little bit. Obviously, you got Nada there that takes up a lot of space. That's a big matchup as well. If he's able to cause some commotion and really get his guy, cause some penetration, that could spell problems for that zone read that Kaepernick and Frank Gore like to run.
Nice, I like that, and I like that. I think bringing in Ray Lewis would definitely catch San Francisco off guard and help give them a little more of an edge in a situation where we both agree they do not have the edge, and that is a defense. One more thing I'd like to say about San Francisco: not only are they ranked 4th in both pass and rush defense, they are also ranked 1st in longest pass play given up, a 53-yarder.
Okay.
That's the longest pass play they've given up, and then in rushing, they've never given up a play over 35 yards.
Wow.
Not once all year.
Yeah,
So the consistent, and they don't give up big plays, which even for some consistent defenses can be a problem, but not for the San Francisco defense.
No, Bob. Those are perfect stats. They're very good stats to look at. Usually, these teams that get to the Super Bowl, they don't give up the big plays, and that's a perfect example right there. They limit those big plays, and they really take an effect on the offenses that they're playing. The offenses get a little mad,
Frustrated. Yeah.
They have to be patient, but they don't want to be patient. They want to go down the field, and they make some mistakes. Obviously, the advantage lies in San Francisco. We both agree on that. Baltimore, this isn't your dad's Baltimore Ravens. This isn't the dominant defense that wins them games. I think their offense is really going to have to do it in this game in order for them to get the Lombardi Trophy.
I concur.